Hello everyone, it's Melissa. I'm here with another layout process video. I'm showing you pictures of a bike race that my husband and his BF did in April. So just getting around to scrapping it now. I'm showing you some cycling papers that I have in my stash. Got about 3 or 4. This thickers set from Dear Lizzie. I'm going to use the words out of that say the best. I have a handful of Project Life cards that may make it to the page. They, in fact, don't, but just showing you some of the products that, excuse me, I'm auditioning from my stash as far as stickers and papers and embellishments and things like that. Now, off the bat, you'll see after the paper share that I am going to use my product jar and do my pulls. And in fact, out of my 7 pulls that you'll see, I end up using all but the 1. And so I'm going to go ahead and give them a shake and do my pull. And so let's see. This one is ribbon, which I'm excited to say I do have some ribbon in my stash that I wanted to get used. Just whittling away at scraps. Now flare, you'll see that I will make my own flare. I have some breads in my stash that are gear shaped. I will use a scrap of a 6x6 pad of paper. That in fact is the only, besides the background, the only other piece of pattern paper I use. Buttons do not make it on my layout because I had enough round elements in this page that you'll see missed. I ended up using the Mr. Huey's Inky Black. And so, yeah, and in fact, the last one I will pull is an embossing folder, and that actually will get used as well. So 6 out of the 7 make it on there, which I'm happy about because, you know, my ribbon and embossing folders don't get enough love. So I'm starting here with just a piece of paper, 12 by 12 cardstock that I know I won't use that color as a layout, so because I'm going to be hacking away at that background piece of pattern paper. Here I'm showing you some of the products that I mentioned in my stash that I hope to get used, and they do in fact make it on the layout. Also, you'll see a bunch of gears on that page, on the screen there. There's some in the top right and some to the left. I actually cut those with my Cameo. So they're just some different shapes in like a green, a blue, and a gray. So yeah, I'm just using, like I mentioned, that piece of cardstock that is just, you know, hanging out in my stash, and I'm going to back my photos on a gray piece of scrap cardstock that was in my stash as well. And these photos are 2 2x3s, 2 2x3, and 2 3x4s. And the configuration, you know, essentially makes them look like 3 3x4s, which is exactly what I wanted. Yeah, I am just mounting those, and I am showing you that I got a new stamp and die from Simon Says, their latest release. And yeah, I'm just showing you some things that might make it. That's the 6x6 pad. In that little glassine bag is some bicycle clips, which you can see that I put on a little circle die cut from my stash in the bottom right hand corner. So right now I'm just going to excuse me, start assembling my layout by gluing down the gears that I use my silhouette for. And you can see they're just random sizes in the 3 colors. And I've already laid out the ribbon I want to use. I've got the title on there on some wax paper so I can move it around easily. And yeah, the photos, that's exactly where they're going to stay, aside from some dimension on 2 of them. So you can see there also on the screen that I have a stamp at the top left, circle stamp. That's actually from Jelly Bean Soup. I'm gonna end up using one of those that says Playtime, and I'm gonna turn it into a faux piece of flare with my epoxy 1-inch bubbles. And I get a lot of questions about those. I have them in all kinds of sizes, and I do buy them off of eBay. So they're super cheap, and you know, allows me to do whatever I want. So still get the look. So yeah, so I'm just going to keep gluing. I'm pretty sure I don't show you all of this. I hope I don't. I think I've edited it to get it out. But yeah, and I'll use some clear blocks to, you know, help weight things down to make sure they're, you know, adhered well. Sorry about my throat. Yeah, so just gluing away. You can see those gear breads to the left of the screen. Those, I'm going to end up using 2 of those. Those I got from the Eyelet outlet at the Expo in Novi. So here I'm showing you the piece of scrap paper. I'm going to stamp on there and go ahead and die cut it out. I'm going to actually use white, detailed white embossing powder to stamp. And then this one, the Playtime, I'm going to use a black Versamark. So I'm going to start adhering my photos. That's typically how everything gets rolling. If you wait and move stuff around, I could literally be here all day if I did that. Because, I mean, I could just shuffle and shuffle and shuffle. And so I feel like, you know, the best way to get things moving is to start gluing. And, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm nowhere near ready for the title at this point, but I want to get it moving along here. I was too unsure about my placement and, you know, the gears being an element that I have added to show movement. And so I'm just, yeah, wanting to get things moving along. I don't know if any of you are like that, but I feel like that slows me down quite a bit, is my indecisiveness. So yeah. Thankfully, I get to edit a lot of that out. So I'm going to glue these last 2 gears on. I believe those are the last 2. And then what you'll see next is, I believe, me adding the On the Move ribbon. So that's actually just like a canvas ribbon that has the words On the Move all over it. I have a couple different varieties and that have words on them in that one. I'm trying to use up that little bit there is all I have left. And so, yeah, perfect for this type of page. And I'm actually going to adhere that with some sticky strip. It's actually like, I can't remember the name of it, but it's just some score tape. That's what it is. And I'm going to adhere that with some score tape and my Tim Holtz tiny attacher. And so, and then I'm going to go ahead and add some foam adhesive to the back of that. And I added foam adhesive as well to the top photograph of those 2 pictures together. So, excuse me, I wanted some dimension on those top 2 pictures. The bottom one, of course, I didn't want any dimension on because that's where my title is sitting. So that needs to be flat. I'm going to go ahead, I guess I didn't glue all the gears. So I'm going to go ahead and add these last couple of gears. And I'm really liking the way this is coming together. You can see I've got my mist on my background. And I don't have the white glued down just yet. I haven't adhered that yet. I just use a scrap paper so my glue doesn't get on my mat. And so, yeah, just gluing the gears down. I do have that bike paper, yeah, it's a paper clip, and it's on like a speed limit die cut circle. I don't know where that's from. I've had it for a really long time. It could be a random bit from somewhere. You want me to shower? And so I am, sorry about my child. And so I'm just gluing things down, trying to make everything look good to my eye. And so I'm going to go ahead and put some dimensional adhesive onto the back of that die cut. Oh, let's see. So I went ahead and I stamped the Playtime on a piece of scrap paper. I used a Copic marker on the back of a piece of clear vellum to make it look black. Ran it through a retro circle Sizzix embossing folder and die cut some of them out with circles. And just adhering them on, letting them dry. Some are actually, to even show more movement, I do place a lot of my die cuts off the page and I will just cut them off later. So I'm just pushing down my epoxy bubble while kind of, you know, flexing it a little bit to get all the air bubbles out. And yeah, just going to cut it out. So I spend quite a bit of time, as you'll see, fussing with the placement of that piece of flair. It drives me literally insane. So I'm going to tell you that right off the bat. It makes me a little bonkers. So yeah, and then you see I have my file this under So Cool tab on the top there. I'm just going to adhere that under that top picture. And like I mentioned, I just white embossed that with some detail white embossing powder and cut it out with my new die cuts. I think those are Kathy Zilski, maybe. It was in their last release at Simon Says Stamp, and I love everything office related, so I had to have those tabs. So you can see I've dumped out the brads, or, well, yeah, they're brads, sorry, that I plan on using. And right now I'm looking at some stickers to see what words I could possibly use to relate to this page. It takes me a little bit of time to find the ones that I like, but when I do, I go ahead and put them on a white piece of scrap cardstock and cut them out so that I can see where I want to put them. Now the top one says no pain, no gain, and the bottom one says memories are made of this. And so I'm going to go ahead and put my brads in. I only actually use 2 because I already have a metal embellishment with the clip in the bottom. So sorry that jumped ahead, but I'm going to go ahead and glue down my journaling, and that's it. Everything's done. It came together super fast. I glued my stickers. The best playtime, I put that flare next to the title. Here's me showing, the up close. If you have any questions, please just message me in the comments section. I will link my Instagram and my Facebook page in the bottom in the description page. And I would love for you to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.